As the fight against sexual and gender-based violence gains prominence, ministers and policymakers are meeting in Kampala to establish how existing laws and policies can be strengthened and implemented. Different stakeholders, including the Deputy Chief Justice of Uganda, Chief Justices, Army and police chiefs from member states, observed that some instruments like the establishment of special courts to deal with gender-based violence had been agreed upon in principle, but few countries had gone ahead with implementation.
A common practice that despite the challenges of addressing SGBV in the region, specific countries have begun to innovate and implement the ICGLR resolutions, AU and UN frameworks aimed at combating SGBV.
In some countries, you cannot enforce an instrument unless you have an enabling law at home.
Various instruments were put in place 6 years ago in some countries, but there has been a laxity in domesticating the laws, which has made it hard to tackle sexual and gender-based violence.
What we say is that you have taken some steps, because it's very difficult. So, if you look at them, that's why we say, and that's why we recommend that now we must examine all of them. What do they entail? You know, if they are saying, for example, you must make sure that you help refugees or help internally displaced persons. So what are you doing? I think
Nathan Biamukama, the acting director of ICGLR Regional Training Facility, says that one way of reducing cases of sexual and gender-based violence is to put in place programs to rehabilitate those who have been convicted of sexual crimes to prevent them from becoming repeat offenders once they are released.
Governments must have specific programs for those people in prison on sexual violence cases. Cases to enable them to avoid recidivism. Like you do not come back and commit the same crime when you are taken there.
Brigadier Avin Ayite Ariete, a representative of the UN Stabilization Mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo, or MONUSCO, says they still face challenges protecting people against sexual and gender violence in conflict areas.
In DRC alone, at the last count from our Joint Mission Analysis Center, we have 137 armed groups. And these armed groups, I said, if you look generally, it's not because of political issues that they are fighting, but other issues. And one of the biggest issues they use is the biggest weapons they use is sexual and gender-based violence methodology.
The 3-day high-level meeting of the International Conference on the Great Lakes region was launched by Henry Okello Oriem, the State Minister for Foreign Affairs.